Have you ever heard of a car that wasn't just a machine, but almost a part of everyday life? A car that grew with people, changed with time, and yet never lost its identity. This is the story of the Vauxhall Corsa, a small hatchback with a big heart. A car that has become one of the most loved names across the UK and beyond. Our story begins in the early 1980s. Imagine the streets of Britain at that time. Boxy cars, noisy engines, and a world where fuel economy was becoming more important than ever. Families wanted something compact, affordable, and reliable. And then came the Vauxhall Corsa, known in some markets as the Opel Corsa. From day one, it was designed to be more than just a cheap car. It was designed to be a people's car, small on the outside, but surprisingly spacious on the inside. Easy to drive, easy to park, and light on the wallet. The first generation was simple, but it was honest. Students, young families, and first-time drivers fell in love with it. It became the kind of car you would learn to drive in, pass your test in, and then keep as your first proud possession. The Corsa was never about showing off. It was about fitting into your life, becoming a part of your story. As the years passed, the Corsa grew up. Each generation brought new design, new technology, and new character. By the 1990s, it was no longer just a starter car, it was becoming stylish. Sleeker lines, better comfort, and safer features made it a real contender in the crowded small car market. And yet it always kept its biggest strength: accessibility. Anyone could own one, anyone could drive one, and anyone could feel at home in one. But the real magic of the Corsa is not only in its history, it's in the way it connects with people. Picture this: a teenager, nervous and excited, sitting behind the wheel for the first time. Their hands shake on the steering wheel. Their foot hovers over the clutch. And the driving instructor says, "Ready?" That first car, that first memory, that first taste of freedom, it so often happens inside a Vauxhall Corsa. And for many, that bond never breaks. Years later, even when they move on to bigger cars, faster cars, or more luxurious cars, they look back at their Corsa with a smile. Because it wasn't just a car, it was a chapter in their life. Now fast forward to today. The Vauxhall Corsa is no longer just the modest little hatchback it once was. The latest generation has transformed into something modern, bold and future-ready. At the front, the signature Vauxhall Visor design gives it a sharp, clean look, blending the grille and headlights into a single, powerful statement. It looks confident, like a car that knows where it belongs in the 21st century. Step inside, and the story gets even more interesting. The interior is no longer just functional, it's digital, connected, and stylish. The driver's seat greets you with a fully digital cockpit, a crisp infotainment screen, wireless smartphone connectivity, and voice-activated controls. The small hatchback that once offered only the basics now offers the kind of technology you'd expect from cars twice its size and price. And under the bonnet? Well, that's where the Corsa really shows how much it has evolved. You can still get the reliable petrol engines, perfect for everyday driving. But now there's also something much more futuristic: the Corsa Electric. With a range of up to 266 miles on a single charge, it takes the Corsa spirit into a new era. Quiet, smooth, and emission-free. It proves that even the most affordable cars can lead the way into an electric future. Think about that for a moment. The same car that once introduced millions of people to driving in the 1980s is now introducing them to electric mobility in the 2020s. It's like the Corsa has grown up with us, step by step, adapting to each generation, but never losing touch with its roots. And yet, even with all this technology, the soul of the Corsa hasn't changed. It's still about simplicity, accessibility, and connection. It's still the car you can park anywhere, take on long drives without worry, and trust to get you through everyday life. It's still the car that puts a smile on your face, not because it's the fastest, but because it's the most familiar. Of course, stories are not just about cars, they're about people. And the Corsa has millions of stories written into its DNA. A father teaching his daughter to drive in a quiet neighborhood, friends packing the little hatchback full of bags for their first road trip, a young worker driving home after buying their very first brand new car. Each of those memories, each of those lives, has been shaped in some way by this humble little hatchback. And perhaps that's why the Corsa is more than just a bestseller. It's an icon. It doesn't scream for attention like a supercar. It doesn't dominate the roads with size or power. Instead, it quietly becomes a part of your daily life. It's there when you need it, and it never tries to be more than it should. That's why people trust it, and that's why people love it. Looking ahead, the future of the Vauxhall Corsa is even brighter. By 2026, a brand new version is coming, built on a next-generation EV platform, with even longer range, futuristic design, and cutting-edge features. But no matter how advanced it becomes, one thing is certain: it will remain true to the idea that made it famous. A car for everyone, a car that belongs on every street, a car that feels like home. So when you see a Corsa drive by, remember that you're not just looking at a hatchback. You're looking at decades of history, millions of journeys, and countless memories. You're looking at a car that has given freedom to teenagers, comfort to families, and pride to drivers everywhere. The Vauxhall Corsa is not just transport. It is a companion. It is a storyteller. It is a piece of everyday life that quietly makes history. And maybe, just maybe, your story with the Corsa is about to begin to